I've been using the Ninja Crispi Portable Air Fryer regularly for over a year now, and I also run and manage the largest Facebook group for the Ninja Crispi. A lot of the questions that come up in the group are exactly about this. What's the difference between the Portable and the Pro? Hi, I'm Meme. I review kitchen and home appliances using real testing and real results. So if that's something you'd like to see, be sure to subscribe so you can stay in the loop. Ever since the Ninja Crispi came out here in Canada, I've been waiting for the price to drop. But since it keeps popping up everywhere on my social media feeds and there are always so many questions about it in the Crispi group, I finally gave up waiting and bought it. So in this video, I want to do a quick first impression comparison between the Portable and the Pro right out of the box. I'm not cooking it. This is purely about what's different when you're deciding which version to buy. Let's start with the Portable since that's the one most people already know. My Portable came with a 6-cup container and a 4-quart container. Some versions also came with a 2.5-quart container, but mine didn't. When you switch between containers on the Portable, you use this ring adapter. You need it for the 4-quart and you remove it when switching to the smaller 6-cup bowl. To remove it, you pinch the clip so the adapter separates from the power pod, allowing the power pod to sit correctly on the smaller container. Now let's look at the Pro, because this is where things start to feel very different. Before you use any container on the Pro, you have to place this modular base into the correct position on the spine of the unit. In the lowest position, the Pro fits the 6-quart container. And one thing to note is that every container has a heat-resistant plastic base with handles attached to it. That base cannot be removed. To place the container in, you need to slide it all the way in until it reaches the back of the spine and you can feel that it's secure. Right now this feels easy, but there's no food and nothing is hot, so I'll reserve judgment on how efficient this feels once I'm actually cooking with it. To use the 2.5 container, you remove the modular base and place it in the highest slot. I'm not gonna lie, at first getting this container in was tricky and the unit kept sliding back. Then I realized there's actually a bumper underneath around the heating element. If I push it in by applying a little light pressure with the rim of my container, it slides in much easier and keeps the container aligned. As someone suggested in the group, it's still a good idea to practice this maneuver with an empty cold container so you're not struggling or panicking while it's hot. A couple of tries and it becomes much easier to do. There's also a middle slot which is for a 4-quart container that you can buy separately. Since I already own the 4-quart from the Portable, I can use it with the Pro by placing the modular base in the middle slot, and then I can just slide this in like so. And now the question that comes up constantly in the group, can you use the 6-quart container with the Portable? The answer is no. The adapter and the power pod will not fit on the 6-quart bowl because the opening is just too large. I know a lot of people were hoping they could buy the Portable and just add the larger bowl later, but that's not how Ninja designed it. Honestly, I think that was intentional. The Portable is meant to stay portable, and the Pro needs a clear reason to exist for people who want to buy a bigger air fryer. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm pretty certain that the 6-quart bowl feels lighter than the 4-quart bowl. I don't know if the glass is thinner or if it's the shape, but the weight distribution feels different. This was a big concern for me initially because I already find the 4-quart a little bit heavy to hand wash. So seeing that the 6-quart feels lighter is reassuring, especially since it's taller. On the Portable, the heating element sits underneath the power pod. It's covered by a full grill plate, which isn't the easiest to clean, but I'm not getting into that in this video. On the Pro, Ninja kind of met us halfway. The coil has a partial grill, which makes it easier to wipe down. That grill will still stain over time, but unlike the power pod, you're not lifting it up constantly to look at it, so most people probably won't even notice it. Let's switch them both on. The biggest difference here is the temperature control. On the Pro, air fry goes up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit and you use the dial to set the temperature and time. I personally prefer dials and physical buttons over LED touch panels, so I am really happy to see this. One thing to remember, after adjusting time or temperature, you need to press either button again to return to the function selection before turning the dial. Max Crisp is locked at 450 degrees Fahrenheit, which does make sense. Recrisp goes down to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which I really like. I usually reheat food around 315 degrees Fahrenheit, so it heats through without browning too much. Roast tops out at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which works for slower cooking. Bake mode is combined with a proof setting, which appears when you turn the dial all the way down, and I'm really glad that that's included. And dehydrate goes down as low as 80 degrees Fahrenheit. On the portable, you can't manually change the temperature. You have 4 cooking modes: Recrisp, Air Fry, Bake and Max Crisp, all with preset temperatures. Some models do have a Keep Warm mode. Ninja included a sticker with temperature ranges, which is why I still keep mine on. On Air Fry mode, both machines max out at 1 hour. For Bake mode, the portable only goes up to 30 minutes and then you have to run another cycle if you want to cook longer. The Pro, however, goes up to 4 hours, mainly because proof is combined with Bake. And dehydrate on the Pro goes up to 12 hours. The Pro also has a built-in light which you can turn on or off. Another difference, when you start the portable, the display drops a digit and only shows minutes. The Pro shows minutes and seconds and counts down in real time. Using Air Fry mode on both machines, the portable stabilizes at 67 decibels. The Pro is slightly louder, stabilizing around 73 decibels. On the portable, the power cord sits directly above the rear vent, which faces the backsplash. That's always concerned me because the cord can get warm. On the Pro, the vent faces upwards and the cord is positioned at the base of the unit, well away from the heat. With them side by side, I did check the size, and the portable is about 12 inches tall, measuring it from the back because it is taller from the back. The Pro is just under 13 inches tall. Width-wise, the Pro with the 6/4 bowl is around 13.5 inches, handle to handle, and the portable with the 4/4 bowl is closer to 12 inches. So realistically, we're talking about a couple of inches difference, nothing dramatic. The bigger difference is portability. The portable is easy to move, even with the power pod attached. The Pro is more of a pick a spot and leave it unit. Once it's hot, everything is hot. The bowls, the modular base, and the exposed heating area. One thing I love about the portable is that you can nest the 6-cup bowl inside the 4/4, place the power pod on top, and keep everything together. You can't do that with the Pro. Only one bowl stays in the stand, the other needs separate storage. Now, the Pro is expensive. I paid more than double what I paid for the portable, which is why I was so hesitant to buy it. But since I knew I'd be using it to help answer questions for my Facebook group, I decided to take the plunge. If you're interested in the Pro, waiting for a sale would probably make sense. Let's talk about the crisper trays, or plates as they're called, because I know this matters to a lot of you. The portable comes with nano ceramic coated trays. That means the tray is still metal with ceramic particles mixed into a thin non-stick coating. It's often marketed as ceramic, but it's not the same as fully ceramic coating, and it's not completely PFAS free. A lot of people were frustrated by that, especially since the Crispi uses glass bowls, and many expected it to be fully non-toxic from the start. With the Pro, it does seem like Ninja listened. The Pro comes with ceramic coated trays. The tray is still metal underneath, but the coating itself is ceramic and labeled as PFAS and PTFE free. So while both trays are coated metal, this is a big shift in direction, and it clearly positions the Pro as the more health conscious option, which I know is very important to many of you. And before I wrap this up, there is one more thing I noticed as I began cooking with it for the first time. The Pro has auto pause and resume. Pull the bowl out and it pauses, slide it back in and it keeps going. This is something I've wanted for a long time. And correct me if I'm wrong, but in the 6 years I've been testing Ninja Air Fryers, I believe this is the first one I've used that does this. These are just my first impressions. If you have any questions I didn't cover or anything specific you want me to test, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it. Over the next few weeks I'll be using the Pro with real cooking and real results, and I'll share exactly how it performs once I've spent more time with it. If you want to see that full review, make sure you're subscribed, and if you're not already in the Crispi Facebook group, I'll leave that linked as well, because that's where a lot of these questions start and where we compare notes together. And I'd like to give a big shout out to all the members. They have been amazing in helping each other out. I hope this video helped make the differences between the portable and the Pro a little clearer, and I'll see you in the next one.